about what we're going to do in the future with this crowd and what we aim to do with the company. I mean, look around. Look at the people around you, your neighbors, people in front of you and behind you, and you will see beautiful people. People that are ambitious, people that want to take personal responsibility, to want to do something out of their lives, to achieve their goals and dreams. These are people who are going places, and they're all around you, and there's 4,000 of you in here. That is energy that makes me, get goosebumps, as a good friend of mine says all the time. I think we have a fantastic future in this group, just because of the energy, and the commitment, and the passion that you guys feel.
Yeah.
Peter said before that nothing is impossible. You can do anything. Everybody can. And I'm going to tell you a bit about my background in order for you to understand where I come from and why I love this so much. I come from, things are relative. I come from what we in Sweden would say, I come from nowhere. But, compared to Philippines and South Africa, it's still a highly privileged situation. But I come from a small farm outside a small village, outside a small city in the middle of nowhere. I was dyslexic, so I can't really read and write. I'm ADHD, that's why I have hyper-energetic and I walk back and forward on the scene all the time. And I did not have a very good relationship with my father. So I was always in a mess and in problems, and I was lousy at school, and I really did not like school at all. It didn't apply to me in any way. So the only thing I really liked to do was to ski. And I finished my high school with bad degrees. I didn't get onto university. I did my military service. I didn't do very well either. I went skiing for 4 years. And after 4 years, I had a really bad car accident, and I wrecked my leg, and I had to go to the hospital for half a year. And as I came out of there, I realized that my skiing career was over and that I had to get a real job. And it was difficult to get jobs at that time if you didn't have a good education. So I needed to go to university. The problem is I didn't have the grades to be able to get in. So what did I do? I nagged myself in. I went up to the university acceptance, the admissions office 10 times in 5 days, every morning and every afternoon, with chocolate cakes, with flowers, with a bag of sweets, big smile, water-combed hair, and flirting with the girls in the desk. And on Friday afternoon, they said, well, we better let you in and we'll never get rid of you. So this is lesson number 1 for you guys. Never take no for an answer. If you fundamentally want something and feels that it's really important to you, do not take a no for an answer. It doesn't matter that I actually pushed somebody out who theoretically was more eligible to be in there because they had better degrees than me. They weren't ambitious enough to make sure that they got in. I was ambitious enough to make sure I got in, even though I didn't have the right, because I do not take no for an answer. So I get into the university, and I'm still dyslexic. I really read slowly, and I spend so much time focusing on the letters that I can't remember what I read. So I need to read things 2 times. And as I read things half as slow as most of you guys in here, it means I have to spend twice as much time as all of you guys in here to remember the same things. So here's another lesson. What does that mean? If it takes me twice as much time to do something, how much time do I have to put in? Twice as much. It's as easy as that. Bill Gates says, life's not fair, get used to it. And he is so right. Life is not fair. And like Peter said, we are all winners. And we are all winners, and it's really, really fair to us, so we should be really glad that life's not fair, because it could have been so much worse than what we are having. Because we are born ambitious. We are born with dreams and ambitions and aspiration and energy to try and take ourselves from the position where we are to the position where we want to be. And that makes us incredibly fortunate, because most people are lazy and dumb in the sense that they don't believe in themselves, they don't have any dreams for the future, they have no ambitions. But you have all this. You have all that it takes to make the impossible possible, because impossible is
nothing.
I said impossible is
nothing.
Good, because that's the way it is. So anyway, what did I do? I studied twice as much as everybody else at university. I fight, I struggle, because I'm never going to give up. Third lesson, I'm never going to give up, and I'm never going to take no for an answer. I'm going to do what it takes to get where I want. Eventually I finish university with very good degrees, and I get a job at a very important Swedish company, and I have a 5-year super career with this fantastic entrepreneur. And I learned a lot of things in this process. As an individual of a society, the most beautiful person there is in the country, of any country, as an entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur comes up with ideas and solves problems that helps people and creates jobs, and people get salaries, and with salaries they can buy things so more people can work. The essence of capitalism and prosperity is an idea, is an entrepreneur. And what do you need to become an entrepreneur? You need an idea. Does it have to be a good idea? No, it can be a stupid idea, as long as you can sell it. So if the most beautiful person for the society is an entrepreneur, the most beautiful person for an entrepreneur is the salesperson. Because the salesperson creates true value. They are the person who pays every bill. And is there anybody in here who's never had an idea? Thank God not. So we all have ideas, and that's all you need. And with Crowd One, you don't even need an idea. We'll give you the ideas. We'll give you everything you need to be an entrepreneur. All the tools, the background, the web, the back office, the transformation systems. We'll give you everything you need. Does that mean that everybody's going to get rich? No. Crowd One is not a charity organization. It is not self-fulfilled that you'll be rich just because you're part of Crowd One. But everyone can become really, really rich if you never give up. If you never take no for an answer. If you highly commit to what you do and just push, and make it happen for yourself. Because we will give you the products that you need to sell. We will. I promise you, I would not be here if I did not believe that I could supply you with the products and the things, services, and whatever it is that you need to sell. The trade I can give you to bring yourself from where you are to where you want to be. I would not be on this stage. I will break my back over the next 10 years to supply you with the products that will make you take yourself to where you want to be.
Yes! Let's go!
So, we are on a fantastic voyage. We are going to change things fundamentally. I will tell you how the world looks today. Today, if you develop a software of any type, an app, a game, a really smart product or something, you probably come from Silicon Valley, New York, London, Berlin, or Stockholm. That's basically a handful of cities. You come out with your software the same day as 20,000 other products that day. It means that regardless of how good your product is, you have no chance of breaking through. You're not going to be successful. How many apps do you download a week? There's 20,000 coming out every day. So, what do these companies have to do? They have to get into the presence of the VC companies. The VC companies basically have really truly developed venture capital in guess what cities? Silicon Valley, New York, Stockholm, Berlin, and London. The rest of the countries and cities around the world don't even have venture capital. So these software companies have to get to the venture capital companies, show what they have, beg them for money, and the VC companies only have time to look at 1,000 companies a year, so just the chance of getting in is minimal. Then they invest in 5 companies, so the chances are if you're in, the chances you'll get money is, And if you get in, you get the money. They take 40% of your company, they give you $110 million, 10 for operations and 100 million for advertising around the world, the Western world. And you do this by sending all the money to Silicon Valley where they don't need the money, to the monopolist Google and Facebook who have stolen your digital identities, who have stolen the assets and the true values that you create every day within your network, within your community, your friends. And they force these people to put advertising based on the content that you are producing. And then because nobody ever clicks on a banner, or very seldom, it becomes really high customer acquisition costs. And these apps eventually get fairly big and start making money. And all the money that's gone to advertising for the customer acquisition goes to Silicon Valley. And eventually these companies become successful. 10, 15 years after that, they start looking at Philippines, South Africa, Argentina. Which means that the countries that are really, really rich, we get all the advertising for all the new good products that we are developed here, and it takes 10, 15 years for the third world or developing world. That means that they're getting further and further behind in the digital divide. It means that they're getting relatively poorer because it's new technology that's pushing production, productivity, and wealth in the rich countries. This is not fair. It's a disaster. Now, what does crowd one do? We do it the other way around. We go to some of these software companies and we say, so you're going to sell your product in the Western world for $10 a month. We won't be able to do that. We will sell it for $5 a month. But we won't take 40% of your company. We won't send all the customer acquisition costs to the monopolists who have stolen from the people. Instead, we're going to give this as a sales commission to people selling directly in these countries.
Yes!
And we're going to say, so we'll sell it for $5 a month, but we'll take $4 a month for 3 years in sales commission. So the customer acquisition cost is going to stay locally and countries with ambitions want to go somewhere, a sales commission. And countries who would have had to wait for 14 years for technology is going to get it day one. We're going to change the whole thing around. We're going to push money into this organization, into these countries. We're going to create jobs. We're going to create a future. We're going to change. We're going to give you the means to change your own future. But you have to work hard. You have to commit. I commit to stay for 10 years. You have to commit to never give up. Yes! Because impossible is
Nothing!
Thank you all.